featuring Trizzy Dollaz.
Hey, let's do it. Opscore Awards in the building.
Listen, I ain't even gonna lie. I felt a little nervous. I feel like I was being judged in my intro, seeing as how you are an internationally known MC with over 250 shows up under your belt, doing the college tours and all of that stuff. On a scale of 1 to 10, how was my intro?
It was good, man. It's a lot of energy with it. You got the sound effects, you know what I'm saying? You can be on the road. You can be on the road.
So, Trizzy,
Talk to me.
introduce yourself to the people. Let them know a little bit about you.
What up, everybody? I go by the name of Trizzy Dollaz. Like he said, I'm an internationally known tour host, hosting Opscore Awards live musical game show where we taking over colleges campuses all over the country. And we done been international too. We done did shows in Canada, in the DR, 10 plus tours, 250 plus schools. And I'm probably just being nice to be honest, because I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give you the facts.
All right. So now explain Oxcord Wars to us. Like, what is the format of this thing that you guys created?
Got you. So Core Wars is a live musical game show where we go to different campuses. I mean, we do other events too. We done Essence Festival, we did Revolt World, we've done Revolt Summit. But in a nutshell, we put a genre on the screen. We bring two contestants from the crowd onto the stage where they partner up with our DJs and they go three songs back and forth within that genre. And they win money, prizes. When we on the college campuses, every show got a celebrity guest appearance. So we make it real personal for the students. We changing college experiences.
No, that's dope. Now, all right. So how did the idea for this? Like, that's a really dope concept. Like, I
Yeah,
love that concept because it's like you got the verses, like you got these
right.
things like that, but it's like it's predicated off of having to be an artist or be a creative. And there are still some fans left out there that don't have their own Spotify link. So
Yeah, yeah.
so how did this idea come about? Like how did it mature into this?
Look, so shout out CEO Jay Dukes. Um, Jay Dukes killing it, man. He been hosting in the game for a while, but Oxcore Wars started on Instagram, just like what me and you doing. And he got up there with some friends, and they was going back and forth, just playing music. And it's like, yo, we might got something here.
Mm.
And him and his business partner, shout out E King, COO of Oxcore Wars, they actually made it a thing. And where Jay was already in the college market, he took the concept to this institute called NASAP, where HBCUs send their kings, queens, student activity boards, SGAs. They sent all of these students there to learn how to lead their campus. They did Oxford Wars at NASAP.
Mm.
Next thing you know, Norfolk State was like, hey, we need y'all to pull up. And ever since then, it's been a wrap. That was 2018. I joined the company in 2019, which is interesting because you said versus, because we actually predate that.
Right.
And then we survived COVID. When COVID hit, we started doing shows out the living room on Zoom. Like,
Okay.
so, yeah, so, and now we here 2025. We still rocking 7 years later.
Nah, that's dope. Round of applause for that.
Hey, shout out to the game.
Okay.
So,
So now let's talk a little bit about you. Like, how did you get into MCing?
um, shoot, when I was younger, I was labeled as a class clown, but I was real smart. So it take me 15 minutes to finish the test, and I make a 94. It take somebody else an hour and a half, and they make a 98. So during that time that they finished to I finished, I would have to entertain myself. So I was always the energy, always talkative. But what really got me into hosting, shout out my boy Kalaya Lacone. We was at University of North Carolina, Greensboro. I'm also a member of Omega Sci-Fi, so we would always be having parties or whatnot, and we used to be just chilling around the crib. And like, I really know lyrics, so like, I can spit songs off the top of my head. I know an artist song better than they know their song.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, bruh, I want you to come host the club. And he was a promoter. He took me in the club, host some events there. That was my first introduction. Then Jay Dukes brought Oxcore Wars to our campus. I seen the event and I'm just like, yo, this is lit. And I always had dreams of being on TV, being an actor. So I just told Jay, I'm like, bruh, whenever y'all come back around here, I just want to be in the building. So they was coming back around to Winston-Salem State University. I went to the show and I was just being out with the bros, turning up. I got the call the next day. Hey, we rock with your energy. We want to bring you on the team. I got on the team, and my first role was an energy coordinator. I actually didn't have a microphone. So
Okay.
I would just be working the crowd, like just getting lit, you know what I'm saying? But once we transitioned into COVID and we was doing shows on Zoom, I ain't gonna lie. We started off with one microphone, and we would be passing the mic during the live stream, and I'm just like, bruh, every time I gotta say something, I gotta wait to get the mic. So then we
Mm-hmm.
introduced the two mic concept, and then from there it stuck. Once we came out of COVID, we've been rocking two hosts ever since, and we've been holding it down. So
That's what's up. Once again,
shout out to the game.
so
Facts.
here's one of the things that I find interesting. I love is that okay, you've built this brand up. It's about genuinely is like bringing out real fans. You got to be a fan
Yeah.
of music, like it, and it's like it's a competitive thing, and you create this experience. But even in doing that, you still find a way to leverage the brand and this thing that you've built to help independent artists. Can you speak
Yes.
to a little bit about that? How you guys are doing that and why you guys are doing that?
All right. So I mean, man, it was really just Oxcore Wars. I came in and I'm seeing the platform and I'm just like, yo, this is real big. And at the time, I'm thinking this is a well-oiled machine, not knowing it started a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm come on and I'm doing my thing, like I'm always about growth. How can we continue to make the brand bigger? And I sat at every seat at the table with Oxcore Wars. Anytime an opportunity came up to do something, I took it and ran with it. And what that led to was Jay Dukes had the ultimate trust in me. So I realized I'm from North Carolina. And in North Carolina, artists feel like we don't really got the same shot that artists get in Atlanta, just to throw out one place. Well, majority of our team is based in Atlanta. Shout out DJ Smeezo, strip club DJ at Onyx, but you know what I'm saying? Majority of our team is out there. So I'm like, yo, I want to use this platform to help give North Carolina artists means to get out of their city, get out of the local club, performing in front of other artists, and actually put them in markets where your music can be appreciated, and now you can actually look like a real superstar. So that's really what it started, man. And ever since then, so we opened up the show with ACW Trivia, which is my personal trivia game show that I created after being involved with Oxcore Wars that get booked in the college market too. We opened up with ACW Trivia to get the students warmed up. After ACW Trivia, before we get into the live show, we give artists that slot right there to perform. So one, they're not walking into a cold crowd. And
Okay.
two, you know what I'm saying? They have the people's attention while they're first getting here and they're still locked in. And to up until this day, man, I probably have about 10 artists on the road with us, from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and I mean I took them to markets in Baton Rouge and Louisiana and Kentucky, Ohio. I mean, all over the country, man. Wherever we at, I bring them out there. So it was just, how can I leverage what we're doing to make another lane in the music industry? Because what I know is it ain't too many people out there that got the reach that we got and that can do what I could do. Everybody wants to get on college campuses in that market, but it's hard because you got to know how to get in, who to be connected to, and then you got to be able to play your cards right politically, because
Yeah.
they not just taking anybody on college campuses. So we get around some of that red tape just because our business model, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been successful, man. And you know, I've loved it. All the artists we've brought on, they've loved it. So it's just something I'm looking to keep going and really grow and like make a thing.
Okay. And so here's one of the things I said, like, because there's like you just threw it out there, ACW trivia. I'm like, okay, I gotta put a pin in that. What does ACW stand for? And then I was like, I'm listening. Oh, Oxcore Words.
Hey, ain't nothing bigger than the program. For sure. Yeah, it's the
So,
enterprise, man. And even from
yeah.
that, Jay Dukes done made another company with his wife called Beyond the Stage Productions. Shout out to them, where they book major talent, artists, comedians, speakers, and all of that for college campuses. So we really booming on all cylinders. Like we taking over homecomings. Like we got leverage to do all of that, man. So shout out to Jay Dukes again, the man with the
Nah,
plan.
that's what's up. That's definitely dope. Like, oh, so, and I think, how did we get? I think we connected through
Adrian Knight, mouthing out.
Adrian Nice, Mouthing Out
Yep.
podcast. I was guest hosting on the music review, and
Yep.
you was in the chat. All right,
Yep.
so here's the thing, and Adrian's one of our tastemakers on the site as
Okay.
well, and so I wanted to let you know about like what we do, and definitely I want to get you guys involved. We'd love to have you as a tastemaker officially on the platform.
Okay.
So like, because we're in the same space, I used to be an artist, and everything that we do, like understanding that artists need PR more than
Yeah.
anything, because in today's music industry, it's less about the music and more about the brand.
Yeah.
And so they spend all this time trying to get their music right, but not any effort in getting their brand together. And
Exactly.
so that's the point of what we do. But you know, publicists are expensive. And so
Yeah.
what we did was we developed a program and a platform that lets artists to an extent manage their own PR.
Yeah.
And makes it where it makes sense. And so what we do, we leverage our relationships and our resources, and like we're building a relationship, and it's like, yo, bring you in as a tastemaker. And basically what our tastemakers do is we just consistently present people to you. And when
Yeah.
you find someone that you like, you support them genuinely because you
Yeah.
actually like them, and we promote the whole
Yeah.
situation. So it's like, if get you set up as a tastemaker, you have access to like some different areas on the site where you can go through updates from the members, what they have going on. A lot of them, like, because of the way that it's set up, there's a high degree of talent there,
Okay.
and they're more serious. We weed out a lot of the BS. We weed out a lot of the BS music,
Yeah.
but also a lot of the
Yeah.
entitlement. That's the other
Woo.
thing. You so
Trust me,
so
we know.
so that's the whole thing. So it's like, when our members, they can only submit on our site once a month. So it keeps it where they're not spamming the platform, and you can
Yeah.
go through and quickly get a summary like what people got going on. If you hear something you like and you support it. And then what we're doing for our tastemakers is we do free PR for our tastemakers, because there are a lot of you, like people are familiar with verses, but they're not familiar with you, and
Right.
more people need to be familiar with you. And so, and
1,000%.
that's, and here's the thing, on with what we do as professionals, sometimes we're so busy doing what we do that we fail to be as self-promotional, because you're trying to make sure everybody's having a good time and the experience is this. And it's like, you know how many times I've had events and celebrities and all these people, I didn't take a single picture. I don't get a
Man.
single selfie. I don't do nothing with nobody. And everybody just shaking my hand. Oh man, this was amazing, leaving out. It's like, yeah. I was like, oh man, I ain't even pull my phone out. Like,
Bruh, that's real, bro. I personally, just from what you saying just now, I brought the Meta glasses for that reason. My whole thing is I
mm.
can't live and hold the camera. Somebody got to record this. I be so locked
You
into
just
the
gave me a
moment.
reason to get
Point.
them. Like, I've
Why?
now, it's like that
Hey,
alone. I was like,
hey,
oh
that first person shooter mode is
yeah.
crazy, and it's crazy because last night I just got back to Raleigh like 2 hours
Okay.
ago. Last night we had a show in Nebraska, right?
Mm.
And their PR department at their school actually wrote up an article
Mm-hmm.
about the show last night. And the only thing I did, I shared the article to my story. And shout out to my boy Derek J with We in Action Entertainment. He like, bruh, you need to screenshot the parts of that article and post it on your page. To
Mm-hmm.
me, because this is normal and I do this
Yeah.
every day, like it ain't really like a, but for the world,
Oh
like
my
that's what they need
God.
to see.
Bro.
Like,
Listen, and that's a, like, because I do the same thing. The thing that I do for other people, I need to do for me.
yeah, yeah,
And it is like, and that's why I like, it's this, no matter what side you're on, you do this. Like when you do this
yeah,
thing professionally in the entertainment industry, like on the professional side, it's about the other
yeah,
people. It's not about you.
yeah,
And so is like it's so interesting because it's like I never take pictures. We're around celebrities, we're around all these different like never take pictures. And
Yeah.
then but that is the thing that especially in this new age, this internet age, that everybody goes off of. And so that's kind of the crazy thing is, and why it's like so many independent artists get scammed.
Yeah.
Because the people who are actually doing the work are too busy to take the pictures and the selfies and all the stuff.
Man, I bro, we probably like at Oxcore Wars. So to kind of give you a little more, we also like we host homecoming concerts. We open up for big artists. So now instead of having the independent artists up there and the people trying to bite and they pulling teeth to get them engaged, we do the
Yeah.
show and they locked in. But bro, we've done. I'm gonna just go off the top of my head until I gotta think, and then I'm gonna just stop. We've opened up for Moneybag Yo, Black Youngster, City Girls, G Herbo, K Camp, Boosie, Ro Timmy. We've had Cash Doll. We've had Teasy, Mr. Trip Out. We've had Rob 49. And all of these people, bro, like I'm not on fan time because we're on business time.
Yeah.
So one thing that I like you said I prided myself in is not fanning out.
Right.
But at the same time, it's a thin line between fanning out and letting people know what's really going on. And
Yeah.
and bro, it's like I'll do I'll do 30. I'll do, I'm gonna be realistic. I'll do 14 shows in a month and post
Mm-hmm.
about it one time. And then you have other people who they do one show
Once
in a year and post about it
daily,
80
14
times.
times that day. Like,
Yeah, yeah, bruh. So yeah, man. So I'm definitely picking up what you putting down, bruh. And like
yo.
that's how we got connected. Like truly, because I seen eight when I seen Mouthing Out doing the 24-hour podcast. Originally, I was not a part of the lineup. I
Mm-hmm.
reached out to Adrian because I'm like, yo, I got something that I can give to your platform to what you about to give away to people that I'm pretty sure can't nobody else do.
Right.
And I think you even heard Dre of the East, the song Sexy Ladies, the song we connected over.
Okay.
I brought Dre of the East to Georgia Southern a week ago. And he
Okay.
actually performed the song at Georgia Southern. So it's like we really in the field, bro. Like we really working, like we're really doing this. And I don't talk about it enough.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm working on. So
Yeah. Well, that and that's what like the thing for our tastemaker program is to help with that. So we can talk about it. So like
yeah,
even like so the same way the artists post on the site once a month, our tastemakers post on the site once a month. So if like yo, you got some performance footage from Dre of the East and the reaction, and then it's an update about how you brought them out to Georgia Southern, the reaction for the crowd, da 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 da, and then link over to the content, and then we're pushing that out through our platforms
fire.
so that these artists and managers and other people in the industry can see it, and it's further building up the Oxcord Wars brand in that capacity of what they're able to do for independence and building that bridge, especially like on the college campuses. So like that's the whole thing. Everything is set up for everybody to win.
Yeah,
And so like these people are our PR clients, and then we present them to you guys. We don't push them. We present
yeah,
them because we want it to be organic. We want you to be able to contact them directly. And if you like them, like contact them directly. You don't have to come through us, but just let us know whoever you do something with so
yeah,
that then we can promote it because we're going to
yeah,
promote the whole situation. And so like
yeah,
that's the whole thing is to make sure that everybody's winning,
yeah,
and
bro.
it's a good look for everybody. So
And I
yeah.
love that. And I love that because one thing that, I've done I do a talent hunt with Oxcore Wars. And I
Okay.
would do it on Instagram where I would have artists they come up there and I would have them sing or rap their songs a cappella. Cause for one, I need to know if you know your lyrics. Two, I need to know can you actually keep up and rap your song, breath control and all of that? Like, cause I don't need you to just get like I don't need all
Yeah.
that. But I would do that. Then I would move them on to the next round, and they would actually do a live performance on Instagram as if
Mm-hmm.
they're in front of the crowd because I want to see your crowd engagement and all of that. But one thing that I ran into with artists is they might feel some type of way when I tell them like, I don't think your song will work for our platform.
Right.
We're in the college market. Everything not gonna go. If I gotta sit down and really focus and listen to your song, that's not gonna be the one to turn a fan in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's not. But so with with your layout and what y'all doing, that's fire, man. Because like you said, we're not pushing them, we're presenting. And now
yeah.
it's like, oh, that song can go. I need that. Yeah, come on.
And
I,
that
I could do
and
something for you.
we can set up an opportunity specifically for you. Like we just did so we have different, like sometimes people just reach out, like we just did the blacked out content collab with Lala Dior, got that. We got someone right now, we're taking submissions for one of our tastemakers has a plug on the radar, and they're going to pitch some people. We got Hang the Line, they're going on tour, they're going to be in Columbia, South Carolina, and they're going to be down here next month. So we're taking
Okay.
submissions for that. So we could, like, if y'all got specific days, or we could just put an ongoing thing for Oxcord Wars up where they're able to submit music maybe once a month or
Yeah.
however long, or maybe quarterly, and then y'all pick a few people for next quarter that y'all put on some shows or something.
Yeah.
But that way, we're also familiarizing them with the brand. So if you got a sizzle reel or anything, we could put that down on it too.
Fire, bro. I'm with it, man. It's that time. That's why as soon as I saw your platform, I tapped in with you, and I've been tapping in ever since, listening to your music reviews, you know what I'm saying? Just really appreciating your whole setup, the microphone, the sound effects. I'm like, yo, Making It is really doing it the right way. Whereas you got in the world of social media, bro, everybody's up here doing music reviews with nothing to offer.
Yeah,
And no real backing as to why you doing the music review. Just because you got
yeah.
an iPhone and a ring light,
And a
that don't make
phone bill to pay.
you know what I'm saying? So
Some
yeah,
people just doing music reviews to pay their phone bill. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, yeah, bro.
As,
So
but that's the
straight.
problem, is the artists don't know what the difference is. The
Yeah,
artists don't know what the difference is. And that's where a lot of artists like spend a lot of time, energy, money doing certain things, and then they end up frustrated. And it's like burnt out on it. And so like that's what for me is really to be able to connect these dots and get more people like you, and like really cast a light, like not just with what we do, but like on more of these tastemakers, like what Adrian doing with the podcast, what y'all doing. Like so many good people. And personally, I get offended by artists who sit up and talk and complain about the industry, who complain about platforms, who complain about people wanting money, and everybody. Like, no, I know too many good people who do stuff that they do not have to do out of the goodness of their heart and they love for the
yeah,
culture. But y'all sit up and chase behind the same 8 MFs
bro. I
that
I
everybody
haven't
complain
charged
about.
one artist. I haven't charged one artist to this day to open up for our show, and the reason being was because I was doing it for the culture. Like if I believed in your song, I wanted you to be able to put it out there. But also, it was to the point where I wanted to have proof of concept. I wanted
Right.
to make sure that this was concrete before I began to take
Mm.
anything from anybody.
So here's the thing. Here's the double-edged sword. It's like you don't want to charge,
Hmm.
but then when you don't charge, they're also not invested. And
Hmm.
so then when they're not invested, they a lot of times they don't appreciate the opportunity because they value it based on what they were charged. And
Okay. Yeah.
so then they don't go crazy with the repost and promote it like the same way that they do the thing that they paid for, and
Yeah.
they don't value it and treat it with the same respect and all of that thing. And it's like, but once they get there, it's like it's a different thing because it's the energy and they see everything. But it's like, bro, the repost would have helped beforehand. Like
Yeah.
the promotion
Yeah.
would have helped beforehand. Why don't you have 30 people here?
Yeah. But see, I will tell you, our method is our sauce is a little different because
Okay.
even with our shows, we when we have a special guest, we don't
Mm-hmm.
promote the special guest. It's a surprise. So now we keep the brand first. So
Mm-hmm.
even when we are having artists that's coming up there and performing, we don't need you to post about it before because we don't want you to think that these people are here for you.
Yeah.
They're here for us, and we're gonna expose them to you. But to your point, man, I've gave people the opportunity, and they leave. They post the videos, post the footage. I don't get a tag.
Ooh.
I don't get a collaboration on the post. Like none of that. And I'm not mad at them. I'm not, because I'm like, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? How you choose to operate, that's cool. Like it's
And
no
that's what the membership, we weed that out. The members are built it. Like, cause these are the conversations that we have ahead of time.
yeah.
Like, it's like, hey, and that's the, like, when I say the difference when someone's vested, it's like, you don't want to charge, but you want them to be vested. And it's like, so that's kind of the thing where it was beautiful about the members. A publicist is gonna run you $1,000 a month, like on the low end. But we set our platform up to be able to give artists PR for a full year for $1,000 or $100 a month.
Yeah.
So it's something that any and everybody can afford, but they still have money to still do the things that they need to do. And so, but because there is that buy-in, and it's an understanding of like, hey, you're not paying to perform. You're not paying for coverage. You're paying for PR. And whatever you get from that is based off of you, based off of your music, based off of your work. And so, like, having this understanding, like, if you get selected for something, if someone interviews you, someone puts you on a playlist, you better act like they double XL.
Facts.
Like, you better treat it like it's Hot 107.9. Like, you better treat it like it is the biggest, because it is, because it's genuine.
Yeah.
And so it creates that feedback loop where they're promoting the situation, you're promoting them, we're promoting everybody. And it makes it where, like I said, everybody wins. And it's just like, that's the thing. Like, we gotta recycle the love. We gotta keep the love. And there's too many people, you do for this person, they do for them, and then they give all their love and they support outside the circle. And so we gotta recycle that. And so that's what we own. That's what it is.
I seen it, man. I seen it. But like I said, we don't take it personal. If I like the song, shout out Lil Mino, Shake, Rose Boy, Slide Out. Like, these was records that when we put them out there, and the artist actually seen the experience. I ain't had an artist yet that ain't tried to continue to do shows, that try to do every show that we had. I ain't had one yet, because when they see it, they like, yo. And then also now we're able to make the artist look big, because now we got this special guest that you're next to.
Right.
We got this artist that's performing at the show. Now you get a picture. Now you got your 30 comments on your picture about, dang, you kicking it with Boosie? Oh, you must have made it.
Yeah.
Not knowing the man behind the plan.
Hey,
man,
hold on one more time.
Hey man, shout out to the game. Oxcore Wars, man. It's really happening for sure. Yeah.
Nah, that is definitely what's up, bro. Like, bro, I appreciate you taking time out today, hopping on here with us. Listen, this man got this. He's part of this platform. He's the internationally known MC. There are over 250 college campuses internationally doing this thing.
Yeah.
Bringing out celebrities, well known throughout the college campuses, bringing out crowds wherever they go. He just got back into North Carolina. Just had a show in Kansas.
No,
like ain't even been not
Nebraska. But it's funny you say Kansas. Thursday we was in Wednesday we was in Ohio. Thursday we was in Nebraska. Next week we're actually going to Kansas, and we're going to New York.
See, I'm just in the future. That's how
you tapped in.
Moving around. Frequencies. I said it. Universal. So like just so y'all can understand, like, all of this that he has going on, the platform and the opportunities. Definitely about to bring them in. They're gonna be part of the platform as far as tastemakers, but even bigger than that, he took time out to just fill out his profile on the site. And And so for all of my artists, I want you to just take note of that. Because a lot of times, like, we do the music reviews, we do these things, and artists be like, man, y'all want so much I gotta do, I gotta create an account. It's like, bro, it's like this ain't that. Like, it ain't just an email and here's a Cash App, bro. Like, because it's bigger than that. It's bigger than an email and a Cash App. Like,
they need to appreciate that. They need to appreciate that for sure.
Yeah. So, but nah, definitely appreciate you tapping in. One more time before you get out of here, give them your name, where you from, what you do, how they can keep up with you.
What's up, people? I go by the name of Trizzy Dollaz. I am the standard when it comes to hitting that stage. I'm based in North Carolina, and you can follow me at YUNGTRIZZYD, Young Trizzy D. But also follow Ox Cord Wars Live on Instagram, and go to YouTube and just type in Ox Cord Wars Live. I guarantee you, you can sit there for minimum 5 hours just watching content over the last 6 years of everything we done. It's there.
Appreciate you tapping in. This is Live with Making It for Indies, and we out.
Yes.